and welcome to our breakout session on Fulfillment by Amazon, Receiving and Reconciliation. I'm Shivali Mistry, a Principal Product Manager at Amazon, and I'll be joined here today by Nate Shea, a Senior Manager of Product in Tech Team. In today's session, we will address what you, our sellers, have asked us. A lot of these questions include, why do some shipments take longer than others to receive? We don't know where our shipments are and when Amazon is going to receive them. How can we prevent inventory problems from occurring? And how can we research issues before we submit a claim? Now, before we talk about all of these questions and comments, it's helpful to look at what your inventory goes through to become live or Prime eligible. There are three key entities in this supply chain. You are sellers, and your manufacturers or suppliers. Driven by customer demand, you work with your manufacturers to source your products, prepare, and package them to be shipped to Amazon. Depending on where you are located and how you source your inventory, either domestic or international, this process can have extra layers of complexity on transportation and storage before your products are ready to be shipped. The second entity is the carriers that manage the movement of your inventory. After you have sourced the inventory, you then create shipments in Seller Central or through our APIs, indicating what products you're shipping, when you're shipping, and what transportation you will be using. Amazon will then determine the best warehouse destinations that you can ship to. You can either use Amazon managed transportation options or choose to use your own carriers to ship to Amazon. The last entity is Amazon. After your carrier has delivered your inventory to Amazon's warehouse, Amazon will then receive your shipment and further split your inventory and send it to multiple warehouse locations to be closer to our customers and make your inventory Prime eligible, to provide our customers with faster delivery promises, such as same-day, one-day, two-day delivery. As you can see, this is a very complex supply chain, and your inventory goes through a really long shipment life cycle from manufacturing all the way to end customers. What I would like to highlight are the blind spots across all of these different stages that have a huge impact on the receive times. Amazon does not have visibility of what, when, and how you're planning to ship your inventory until a shipment is confirmed and transportation is booked. Even after you ship your shipment, Amazon does not have full visibility into where your inventory is and when it will arrive to our warehouse. On the other hand, after your carrier delivers your inventory into the warehouse, you sellers do not have the visibility of where this inventory is and when Amazon will receive it. All of these blind spots impact Amazon's ability to effectively plan to receive your inventory, and of course, your ability to replenish your inventory on time, to remain in stock and Prime eligible for our customers. To streamline these operations and minimize receive delays, we need to partner together to create the best experience for our shared customers. Our vision is to make your inventory Prime eligible as fast as possible to provide the best experience for our customers and offer faster delivery promises. But this is not just about a great customer experience. We also want to help you improve your sales, grow your business on Amazon through FBA, and provide you with an easy, fast, and cheaper way to get your inventory into our warehouses. Next, we want to give you the transparency and the real-time visibility of where your shipment is and when Amazon will receive it, so that you can make the optimal decisions on replenishment, deals, and advertising. Lastly, we want to partner with you to help improve your processes and make your shipments problem-free to expedite receive times. To achieve this vision, we have to work together. Amazon's ability to receive your inventory faster and provide you with this real-time tracking depends on the information that you and your carrier are sending to us. Therefore, we need your help to get accurate information on the inventory that you're shipping to Amazon. Here are some best practices. Always ensure that you provide the accurate shipment units for all products, accurate box-level information, ship date, ship modes, and carriers. Second, ensure that you're following Amazon's prep and packaging instructions. Third, provide tracking information for your non-partnered carrier shipments. This allows Amazon to determine when your inventory is on the way to our warehouses. In fact, this information is so critical that we have recently announced a policy change requiring this information for all non-partnered shipments. This policy does not apply if you choose to use Amazon's partnered carriers or Amazon Global Logistics, as we generate the tracking for you. To learn more about Amazon transportation options, I really encourage you to attend the breakout session today on moving your inventory using Amazon transportation programs. The last and final best practice is to always make sure that you delete or cancel the shipments that you do not intend to ship. All of this information allows Amazon to better prepare to receive your shipments faster and make your products available for sale sooner. This is especially critical in today's world, where we are all facing the uncertainties from the pandemic, global supply chain disruptions with material capacity, labor shortages that are causing delays throughout the supply chain and throughout the industry. If all sellers follow these best practices, we can optimize total supply chain and minimize delays. In addition to faster receive times, another big reason why providing carrier tracking information is critical is because Amazon can make your out-of-stock inventory viable for customers while it's still in transit. What that means is customers can search and purchase your out-of-stock products even before they are received at an Amazon warehouse. So now that you understand why your inputs are so critical, let's discuss on how you can share this information with us. We have launched our newest shipment creation workflow to send your inventory to Amazon that is simple, flexible, and saves you a lot of time. I hope you were able to attend the breakout session yesterday on creating shipments with Send to Amazon. If not, I strongly recommend that you take a look at the recording when it's available to learn more about this workflow. And give it a try for your next shipment. In this workflow, step 1 is the shipment plan that tells us what to expect from you. Whenever we see shipments that deviate from this plan, it introduces a level of complexity at receive when the items shipped do not match the plan or the box or product are not labeled correctly. When you provide box-level information for a shipment, we are able to accelerate the availability of the inventory by receiving it automatically at our warehouses and make it available for customer fulfillment. However, when the contents do not match what you provided, these items require a manual audit and will delay the processing of your inventory. After quantity and box-level information, we then proceed to step 2. After step 1 is complete, your inventory plan may be split across multiple shipments. In step 2, you will need to confirm the ship date, the shipping method, and the carrier. For less than or full truckload freights, you can select the carrier at a later stage. By accurately shipping on the ship date entered, Amazon is able to understand your lead time based on origin, ship mode, and carrier for a given set of products. Once step 2 is complete, you will then move on to step 3. Step 3 is where you can print labels for each box. It is important that these labels are placed on the correct boxes per the plan. You can view the shipment contents for each label by clicking the drop-down arrow and then the View or Edit Content link. Nate will talk to you about how Amazon uses labeling information and how correct box labels is a critical factor in processing your shipments faster. This next and final step is a new feature that we have recently launched in beta mode in the Send to Amazon workflow, and it will be available for all sellers by November. This feature will enable you to provide tracking information as a part of your regular shipment creation process. For small parcel shipments, you can enter tracking IDs provided by your carrier per box. For truckload and less than truckload shipments, you can provide the progressive number or carrier reference number. Sellers that are not yet on this new Send to Amazon workflow can continue to provide tracking information on the Track Shipment tab on the Shipment Summary page in Seller Central. I would like to talk to you about some new key features in this step. First, we've launched validation on tracking IDs by carrier to prevent any errors while you're entering this information. Second, we've launched bulk upload capability to make it easy for you to enter tracking information for multiple boxes all at once. Third, you can now also use handheld barcode scanners to directly scan your tracking barcodes from invoices or boxes or emails to input directly into the UI. The last feature is based on some feedback from some sellers that said you do not decide your non-partnered carriers until much later when you create the shipments. To address, we've launched a new feature that will allow you to edit your carrier when you know and then ship. Now, these were all the things that you can do to help us, but Amazon is also continuously improving our systems and processes to receive your inventory faster and provide you with real-time tracking. Some sellers have told us that even when they enter tracking, they are unable to view the tracking events on their shipments. This can happen due to a few reasons. One, you've entered an incorrect tracking ID. Second, Amazon is not yet integrated with your carrier. Or lastly, we're not getting the timely or correct signals from your carrier. We are improving our carrier integrations such that we will be able to show you accurate shipment status updates as your inventory progresses through the life cycle. In 2022, we will show you more accurate tracking of all your shipments, including for less than truckload and truckload shipments, which is currently not available. We are also planning to show you an estimated date for when Amazon will make your inventory Prime eligible to help you make your replenishment decisions. This feature will launch in pilot mode to select sellers in 2021 and will expand to all sellers in 2022. We know that speed is an important factor along with cost and convenience in making shipping decisions. With that in mind, we're also planning to show you options on where and when to ship your inventory so that you can make the right trade-off for your business. Each option will have an estimated date when your inventory will be Prime eligible. This program will be launched in pilot mode for select sellers in 2022. And now, I would like to hand it over to Nate.
Thanks, Shivali. Now let's talk about how to make problem-free shipments to Amazon. We want to make ship to Amazon as problem-free as possible. Our goal is to enable faster receive and fulfillment of your inventory to your customers. We are only able to achieve this goal by partnering together. We recognize we are not perfect and are working on process updates to prevent problems from occurring or to correct problems when they do occur. For example, we are automatically resolving ship to Amazon receive differences for your shipment plan, updating receive processes, and providing problem feedback signals to you. Let's take a closer look at these feedback signals. So communication is important in any aspect of our life. Amazon is piloting the new shipment performance dashboard for select sellers in 2021. Don't worry, we expect this to launch to all sellers in 2022. Our goal with this dashboard is to provide more visibility into ship to Amazon problems. With this visibility, the problem trends can be understood and eliminated in future shipments, which enables us to make your inventory available for prime fulfillment as quickly as possible. This dashboard allows you to interact with ship to Amazon problems at both an aggregate and a detailed level. It also shows how you compare to similar sellers in your category. This page is split into 3 sections. First, you will see a specific problem category in the boxes at the top. The percent represents how many of your shipments have these specific problems. When you click on one of the problem categories, the next section tells you what the acceptable rate is, your performance over the past 120 days, and a detailed list of all the problems over those 120 days. You're able to view or resolve each problem and or obtain more information by clicking the button in the next step column. When images are available, they will be provided once clicking that button. Now let's take a closer look at a missing label on box problem. Once you click the button, the detailed information for the problem is shown. This problem report shows a box that is missing the FBA shipment label. This box was not able to be automatically received by our scanners and was sidelined for manual problem receive processing. When the problem solve associate manually receives the inventory, they will review all open shipments that are expecting the items in the box and decide the most likely shipment the inventory should be associated to. This decision is error-prone when there are many shipments that are expecting the products in the box. And it also slows down our ability to make your inventory fulfillable to your customers. When this problem occurs, Amazon is developing solutions to automatically assign the inventory to minimize these manual errors from occurring. So now let's take a closer look at shipment and item labeling. The label on the box is the identifier that tells us who the inventory belongs to and what inventory is in the box. The top 2 box label problems are labeling the wrong box, no label on the box, or an unreadable label on the box. When a label is missing and unreadable, the boxes are moved to problem receive, where we have to figure out the correct shipment and owner of the inventory. Separately, when a label is put on the wrong box, it may result in incorrectly receiving inventory that needs an associate to later correct. These problem-solving processes can take time and lead to incorrect inventory assignment, especially when multiple sellers are selling the same product. A common misconception when shipping pallets is each box in a pallet doesn't need a box label. Boxes can be separated from a pallet through the supply chain. This may occur at a carrier or an Amazon facility to distribute your inventory across the network before receiving. It is very important to have a label on each box within a pallet so we ensure inventory is received correctly. In the pictures on the right, you can see the differences in a box label and a pallet box label. Each box has a unique label, while each box in a pallet has the same label. So now let's take a closer look at item labeling. Amazon uses barcodes to receive, move, and fulfill your inventory. The barcode tells us what the item is and ensures the item being received matches the shipment plan and the item the customer ordered. Each unit movement through the supply chain uses this barcode. For example, When we move an item from a box to a fulfillment bin, the box label is scanned, the unit label is scanned, and the fulfillment bin is scanned. This operation moves the unit from your box to the fulfillment bin. If the unit being moved is not expected in the box, then an associate will problem solve the issue. The top most common issues are unscannable barcode or manufacturing barcode scan when an Amazon barcode starting with an X was expected, which requires a new label to be put on the product. Products with a manufacturer's barcode, such as a UPC, a GCID, an ISBN, or an EAN, can be used as the barcode. When a product doesn't have a manufacturer barcode, you are able to use one of two Amazon barcodes. If you do not want to use the manufacturer's barcode and prefer an Amazon barcode, then the manufacturing barcode must be completely covered with the new barcode. When it isn't covered, it may result in an unscannable barcode or a wrong barcode being scanned. There may only be one manufacturing barcode per unique product and/or an Amazon barcode starting with a B. There may be multiple Amazon barcodes starting with an X for each product, since these barcodes are used to identify which seller they belong to. Now let's go into common box content problems. The most common box content issues are too many or fewer units in a box and different products in a box. In these examples, we are expecting 5 white cups in each of the 2 boxes. The first problem shows 2 extra units were put in the first box that belonged in the second. The second problem shows that 5 red cups were sent in place of the 5 white cups. Even though both examples have 10 units in them, they require an associate to problem solve the issue. The second problem may result in missing from inbound inventory when the 5 red cups were not attributed to the right shipment and owner. These 2 box content issues have different steps for solving and require different levels of time to correct. Now let's talk more about shipment content differences. We have recently merged the shipping queue contents and reconcile tab, so you can view shipment expected and received inventory, as well as file claims on any issues with your inventory, all in the same tab. All the problems reviewed may result in received inventory differences from the shipment plan. Received inventory differences require research to understand and rectify. We recognize that inventory is lost during the receive process at Amazon. However, it is difficult to understand what Amazon has lost during the receive process versus different items being sent or fewer units being sent. We have developed reconciliation solutions to automatically correct received differences when we are confident on the root cause. In the previous slide, we saw a problem example where 5 red cups were sent instead of 5 white cups. The screenshot shows we identified the 5 red cups were sent in place of the 5 white cups. This is shown by looking at the expected quantity of the white cups being 10 and the located quantity being 10. The located quantity of the 10 is made up of 5 received white cups and 5 auto-reconciled units. When looking at the 5 auto-reconciled units, they come from the same shipment, but the product is different. The additional unexpected product in the shipment, also shown, has 0 units expected and 0 units located. We realize it is sometimes difficult to figure out what went wrong. When this happens, we're here to help. You may reach out via the Shipping Queue Contents tab, email or call seller support, or file a claim through Seller Central's Contact Us. When you reach out, the more information you provide, the quicker we are able to figure out what went wrong. We combine the information you provide with our internal information to identify the root cause and resolve it. The packing slips and procurement or manufacturing documents allow us to see any differences between them and the shipment plan. The bill of lading or proof of delivery show when the shipment was delivered and to what site. It is important to allow the shipment to complete the inbound process because the received differences may later be corrected. Inventory is usually received at one warehouse and transshipped across the country to store the supply as close as possible to your customers. This process does take time, especially when these transshipments occur between warehouses on opposite sides of the country. Problems with your shipment may cause delays in making your inventory fulfillable to your customers and extend your shipment closure times to allow for these problems to be resolved. Each shipment is unique, so their closure times are also unique. Typical closure times usually take anywhere from 2 to 30 days, and in some cases, up to 90 days. We need your help to make Send to Amazon a great workflow for you and your business, and are asking for your ongoing partnership.